I'm JD with the Nerdery, and I'm here with Laura Vandervoort.
There you go. Hi.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yes, Vandervoort.
All right, and of course you're here with a whole slew of photos. You're doing autographs and you're doing pictures.
Yes.
And we're excited to have you here in Houston.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for minus the thunderstorms and lightning last night when I landed. Even that, I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. And as you can tell, I am a bit of a super fan.
Okay.
I was a huge fan of Smallville. You played Supergirl.
I did, yes.
And you're actually in the new Supergirl as well.
Yes, as Indigo, their new villain at the end of season 1.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I was very excited to see that. And have you worked directly with Helen Slater on the new one?
I actually worked with Helen Slater on Smallville. She played Clark's mom, my aunt. So I worked with her on that, and that was amazing to meet the original. And she's lovely and just incredible to work with. On Supergirl, I actually never saw her.
Oh, but you do work directly with Melissa Benoit.
Yes.
So you're a very, very busy person, and you've been doing this. You've been acting for a very long time, going as far as actually having speaking roles all the way back to Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, 13 years old, I think.
So, wow, long time.
Yes, so I started acting in Canada when I was about 13, and did commercials and things like that and background work, but then I got Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark, and Disney movies as a child, and then moved to LA after Smallville ended.
Okay, how do you feel about the Goosebumps movie and Goosebumps kind of making a resurgence in pop culture?
I love it. I was so happy to see that they had decided to do that. I haven't seen it yet, but it was nice to see, and it made me feel old. Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're old, and I don't think any of our watchers or listeners will think you're old. But as far as Supergirl goes, you're actually a second-degree black belt. Is that correct?
I am. I started martial arts when I was probably about 7. And at 19, I had a second-degree black belt in Shotokan, and then had to stop because I was working a lot and going to school. So,
well, how much do you draw from that on playing in Supergirl and Smallville?
Definitely helps with the roles that I've been cast in sci-fi. With Supergirl, she needs to be very physical, do fight sequences, wire work. In Smallville, it was mostly wire work, and in the new Supergirl series, there was definitely a lot of hand-to-hand combat, so that came in handy. And on Bitten, I do, 85% of my own stunts, and that's a lot of hand-to-hand combat too.
Wow.
So I enjoy it.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Now on Smallville, you also worked directly with Tom Welling, who since Smallville has really shed a lot of the limelight. Was he kind of shy and like that during Smallville?
He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet, and I was nervous to meet him because I had been watching Smallville all of those years. I came in season 7, so I was very aware of who everybody was. But no, he's super nice. He tends to keep to himself when we were filming just because he had a rigorous schedule and he was always exhausted. But since then, we've been friends. We go on double dates all the time, my boyfriend and his girlfriend and I, and it's great. He's fabulous, and I think he just likes to keep to himself.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
And you also got to work with John Schneider,
Yes.
who played Jonathan Kent in Smallville, but he was originally Bo Duke, and we actually got to talk to him briefly last year. What kind of guy was he to you?
I never got to work with him.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
I would have been amazing too, and I've heard he's incredible, but I did not get a chance to do anything with him.
What about Annette O'Toole?
Nope. They were gone, I think, by the time I was there.
But you got Tom Welling, and you were actually very, very present in the series.
Yes.
For a good long while. And would you consider yourself a comic book fan?
That's tricky because I wasn't into comics before Supergirl on Smallville. I actually thought when I was auditioning, was his sister. Like, I had no idea. So I definitely am now, especially going to comic conventions. I'm learning more about this genre and this world and the characters, but it's not like my go-to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. One last thing, we ask everybody this question. What in your mind is the definition of a nerd?
An incredible fan who's knowledgeable and is always exciting to meet when I'm at a convention.
Very nice. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll let you get back to business.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.